been trying to record this video and it's been, you know, not wanting me to. But I was like, you know what?
We are committed to doing this, and I am always coming here to share something. And normally, when I feel like I want to talk, it's basically I'm already, bringing this topic to my friends or talking on my network or whatever. But today, I wanted to talk about something that I noticed some people face, and I used to face it as well until I shifted my mindset, which is considering people as a safe place, or some people would call them like, this person is my home. I used to be one of these people, and I'm not saying like it's bad to consider a human being as your home, your safe space to talk about, whatever you want to talk about. But sometimes, not sometimes, most of the times, as human beings, we change, we evolve, and it's normal. It's definitely normal. Like you can today like maybe you like to eat sugar, you like to eat these kind of things and it brings you joy. Maybe after a certain age, after a certain time, you're no longer interested in that. That doesn't mean that phase is something you want to erase out of your life. It's just you evolve to become someone who doesn't like sugar anymore, someone who is extremely into maybe veggies, maybe meat, I don't care. So, this is something you have to expect from us human beings because we always do things based on what makes sense to us. But the most painful part is like when you consider someone your home. And which this is what I'm bringing this topic because I'm going to get to the point why I'm talking about this. But when you consider someone your home, if they evolve and if their evolvement or their growth is no longer aligned with you existing there, they will go. And so when you consider them as your home, you no longer have an address, basically because you consider someone else as your home. Um, so which is gonna be so painful because this experience of like, making someone the safe space where you can, pour your emotions, pour your happiness, pour your sadness, pour your exciting moments and all of these things. And then once they go, it's like you no longer have that, so you become addicted to it. And some people would literally abandon themselves just to get that back, because to them this is the safe space, this is the home, and it should not change, it should not go. And I do know this kind of pain. I do know this kind of thing. However, I had a different mindset around it, and I'm gonna talk to you about it. Always consider yourself as your own home. Always. Like, I'm not saying like do not be vulnerable with people. Be vulnerable with people. Be authentic. Be your real self. Enjoy them. But at the same time, do not make someone else your home, because if they go, you no longer have an address and you become addicted to something that it's outsourced to someone else. But if you do the work, which is basically at first is going to be so boring, like I talked yesterday about like being loyal to yourself, and I know what I'm doing when it comes up to these kind of topics, because the moment that you start pouring into yourself, you can pour to everyone else. But if they're gone, or if they evolved in a way that it's not aligned with your path, you'll be fine. You'll be okay. Of course, the pain is always going to be there, like losing someone or growing apart from someone. I had like a lot of friends that I grow apart from, and that doesn't mean they're bad, that doesn't mean they did something wrong or anything. No, it's just we evolved. Like I chose this, I chose, for example, sugar, and they choose salt. So it's like we can meet at certain dishes, like Thai dishes of like sweet and salty, but other than that, we don't really serve the same, let's say, the same path. But it's still like they get all the love, and I give all the love as well. Um, and I receive all the love as well. But this is the reason why I'm talking about this, is because most of the times when you are pouring into yourself and you make that back to yourself, it really, really, really show up as self-love at the best possible way. And it's so beautiful. It's so beautiful to see someone like just, like just enjoying their own company. And it's not just that. It's pretty much they are their own address. They are their own home. So it's like, yeah, I check up on yourself. Check up on yourself. Do you like this? Do you not like this? How do you feel about this? Tune into yourself always. And it's always beautiful to share with people. But at the same time, do not make them your home. Always, like, do not make people your home. It's beautiful. Yeah, maybe you're lucky you have someone that is going to stay with you. They're aligned. It's so beautiful to have that. But at the same time, life is always going to test these kind of things. So even when you make yourself your own home, you're going to be tested for this, like a lot of times. Um, but in the end, it's still like you would just enjoy every single experience. You would be so real with everything else you will see or you will find or you will meet. Other than that, away from all of this, you still your own home. You still going to tap into yourself and to look after yourself and to care about yourself. And um I think this is beautiful if you do that. I really think that this would take you further in life more than trying or putting hard efforts and energy toward looking for people that can hold something that is supposed to be carried by yourself. Um, yeah, I had to learn this lesson the hardest way. I think I always sometimes I wish if I had someone to talk me through these kind of things, or at least I would learn through these kind of things. I don't know what was I missing or what was I thinking, but I'm glad that I reached this point, and I'm glad that now I'm just comfortable sharing it here and talking about it. So yeah, that's about today's video, and